What is going on, everybody? Guys, I wanted to take a minute and talk about something that is happening in Escape from Tarkov that is kind of worse than it has ever been. We've always had experiences with this, but this wipe and this patch has kind of been one of the worst experiences we have as a community have had with Desync. Now, there could be a lot of reasons that this is happening. Maybe the optimization of the patch, server issues with the way that the server stacking is done. There's a lot that could be causing this. One of the biggest things, though, is I have seen it more and more since they have re-raised the ping limit, and we are now having a large influx of people able to play on servers that realistically, because of how this game transfers data, they shouldn't be on. Now, I have an example of this from yesterday's stream when I was on Shoreline and I ran into a two-man. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my perspective to start with, and then we'll look at this person's perspective because they were streaming. Now, I will blur out all of their information because I'm not trying to dox anybody or anything like that. But let's take a look at these clips right now, back to back. Below me. One dead.
Jag hörde någon.
Ja. Jag är död.
Han med. Jävlar vilken desync.
Since you saw both clips back to back, what I want to do is I want to break down the clip from their perspective and show exactly why I think the ping limit needs to be put back into place until they can resolve a lot of the desync issues. Because the very first thing that we'll notice here in this clip is their ping. Their ping is constantly in the red, constantly 150. That is almost the max that you can get. Now, this is something we saw a lot of back in, a few wipes ago in Tarkov, was people would specifically even hide their ping because they didn't want people to know that they were playing on high ping servers because they knew it gave them an advantage. So this person is playing on extremely high ping, but it's still within the allowed ping limit that BSG has set. Now, the second thing I want to take a look at is the actual desync that happened. So as you can see here, I am getting sprayed down at their perspective. They run out of bullets, and it's a good almost second later before my character falls over dead. Now, by no means am I saying that the desync is specifically caused by the ping. That is not what I'm saying. But I definitely feel that the ping is a factor in the desync. And I'm not just saying this as oh, well, this is my feelings. I mean, I went to school for computer programming and networking, and specifically when it comes to networking, and from my understanding, and I may be wrong, and I fully accept that, and if somebody wants to clarify and tell me that I am, I will more than happy to look into it and understand more. I'm always willing to learn more. But from my understanding is the way that Tarkov works is it looks at our computers, our clients, our games, and says, okay, we send that data to the server and we say, hey, this is what is happening on my screen on my client. Well, from my understanding, the way Tarkov servers read it is they read everything is true. They say, hey, whatever we're receiving is true. So what happens is I send my data to the server. It says, yep, this is what I've got. Perfect. All right, let me look at this person's data as they send it. Okay, yep, this is what I've got. But then it runs into a conflict of, okay, well, now I have conflicting information. This person sent me this. You sent me this. Well, which is true? And the way that Tarkov servers, from what I understand, say it's true. Whoever sent me the last thing is trumps everybody else. It is the truest. So that means whoever has the slower connection, the higher ping, then gets to determine what happens to the people with the higher connection, the faster ping. And like I said, if somebody wants to correct me on that and say, hey, no, that's not how it works, I would be more than happy to have that discussion and see about it, because I personally want to know. But from my understanding, this is what happens in Escape from Tarkov. And that's why I think ping is a determining factor in the way that desync is happening right now in Escape from Tarkov. And that's why the servers are going the way they're going. The biggest problem is, for me personally, how frustrating that is. I mean, I know a lot of people in the community, whether it's on Twitter or on Reddit, when this happens, it's extremely disheartening and extremely frustrating as a player, because you're not dying to anything you did wrong. You're dying to the optimization of the server. And it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating when that happens. And you're like, well, what could I have done different? And that's the thing about Tarkov. That's the thing I love about this game specifically, is because death in this game is very unique. And it's one of the reasons that we love it so much, is because you use death in Escape from Tarkov to learn how to do better in the next engagement. Death in this game, it reminds me a lot of like the reasons I love Dark Souls or Elden Ring, is you use your deaths to learn how to do better next time. And when you die in these situations, there's nothing that you can learn from it. There's nothing that you can extrapolate from that death to say, what could I do better next time? And that's the most frustrating part about the entire situation. Now, the point of this video is not to bash BSG, not to say, hey, you know, stop doing what you're doing and fix these things. But it is to bring light to a situation that is going on, and kind of to ask the community, what do you feel about the desync and the ping limit being raised? Do you think that they should lower the ping limit back down until the desync issues are resolved? And trust me, it's difficult, because we have so many amazing community members around the world that we want to play with. We have people in Australia. I would love to be able to play with them. But if it is impacting people's enjoyment and other people's ability to play the game in a negative way, should we allow that? Should we allow the game to be in this state just to be able to play with our friends? And I want to be able to play with people from all around the world, but unfortunately, with the infrastructure that we have in the game at this moment, I don't personally think that is possible. But I want to know what you think. I want to know your opinion. Have you been experiencing a larger amount of desync? Do you think the ping limit should be lowered back until a lot of these issues are resolved? Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys just checking this out. This is not a video about how to fix it or anything. It was just a perspective of what I saw, and I kind of want to just get my finger on the pulse of the community and see what you guys think. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great one.